In 1982, this forgotten corner of the world became the stage for one of the most shocking naval air battles in modern history. Two nations, two flags, one group of islands, and an aircraft no one expected to matter. The A-4 Skyhawk. Chapter 1. The islands no one cared about. The Falkland Islands, a small cluster of rocks and grass in the South Atlantic. No gold, no cities, no strategic location, at least not on paper. But for Argentina, these islands were Las Malvinas, a symbol of lost land, a wound that never healed. For Britain, they were a reminder of empire, a test of pride. In April 1982, Argentina invaded, and Britain responded. Chapter 2. The Royal Navy sails. Music swells. Britain sent one of the most powerful naval task forces since World War II. Aircraft carriers, destroyers, frigates, submarines. The Royal Navy believed it was prepared for anything except what was coming from the sky. Chapter 3. Argentina's problem. Argentina faced a nightmare. Their enemy was 8,000 miles from home, but technologically superior. Argentina's Air Force had courage, but limited resources. Few modern aircraft, few guided weapons, shortages everywhere. And yet, they had one thing: pilots willing to fly into hell. Chapter 4. The A-4 Skyhawk. The A-4 Skyhawk was not new, designed in the 1950s. Small, light, no radar, no advanced avionics. On paper, it had no chance against modern warships and Sea Harrier jets. British commanders believed the same. That belief would cost them dearly. Chapter 5. The deadliest advantage. The Skyhawk had one deadly strength. It could fly extremely low. So low that British radar often couldn't see it. Pilots flew just meters above the ocean, using waves as cover. By the time British ships detected them, it was already too late. Chapter 6. Suicide missions. Argentine pilots knew the truth. They would have no air superiority, limited fuel, one chance to attack. Most missions were one-way trips. Pilots wrote letters, said goodbye, and still climbed into their cockpits. Chapter 7. HMS Sheffield, the shock. May 4th, 1982. The British destroyer HMS Sheffield was on patrol. Argentine aircraft launched an Exocet missile. Moments later, explosion. Sheffield was burning. The Royal Navy was stunned. This was supposed to be impossible. Chapter 8. San Carlos, Hell's Alley. Fast-paced music. When British forces began landing at San Carlos water, Argentina struck hard. Wave after wave of A-4 Skyhawks attacked. Low altitude, high speed, relentless. British sailors called it Bomb Alley. Chapter 9. HMS Ardent. Skyhawks attacked HMS Ardent repeatedly. Bombs hit, fire spread. The ship burned out of control. Later that day, HMS Ardent sank. A small jet from the 1950s had destroyed a modern warship. Chapter 10. HMS Antelope. Antelope was next. Bombs struck but didn't explode immediately. British sailors attempted to defuse them. Then, explosion. The ship tore apart. HMS Antelope sank that night. Here is the terrifying truth. Many Argentine bombs failed to detonate. They were released at extremely low altitude. Fuses didn't arm in time. British officers later admitted, had those bombs exploded properly, the losses would have been catastrophic. Luck saved the Royal Navy, not preparation. Chapter 12. The Skyhawk pilots. Argentine pilots flew through missile fire, anti-aircraft guns, Sea Harrier intercepts. Some were shot down after releasing bombs. Some crashed into the sea due to fuel exhaustion. Many never returned. They knew the risks. They flew anyway. Chapter 13. Sir Galahad, the darkest day. June 8, 1982. British troops were aboard Sir Galahad, a transport ship. Skyhawks attacked. Bombs hit directly. Fire consumed the ship. 48 British soldiers were killed. Over 150 were injured. This was the single worst British loss of the war. Chapter 14. British reality check. By now, the Royal Navy understood this was not an easy war. Their ships were not invincible, and the enemy was far more dangerous than expected. Every radar alert brought fear. Every low-flying dot meant death. Chapter 15. Air superiority at a cost. British Sea Harriers performed brilliantly. They shot down many Argentine aircraft, but even one Skyhawk breaking through could change everything. Naval warfare had changed forever. Chapter 16. The human cost. Argentina lost over 50 aircraft. Many pilots died in their early 20s. Britain lost 6 ships sunk, 10 plus badly damaged, hundreds killed and wounded. Victory came at a heavy price. Chapter 17. The war ends. June 14, 1982. Argentine forces surrendered. Britain reclaimed the Falklands. The war was over, but its lessons were just beginning. Chapter 18. What the Skyhawks taught the world. After the war, navies upgraded close-in weapon systems. Radar coverage improved. Ship survivability became critical. Military academies studied Falklands in detail. One lesson stood out. Never underestimate an old weapon in determined hands. Chapter 19. Myth versus reality. Argentina lost the war, but the A-4 Skyhawks proved something extraordinary. They challenged a modern navy. They exposed weaknesses. They changed naval doctrine. That is not defeat. That is legacy. Final monologue. Courage over steel. Slow, emotional music. Narrator. The A-4 Skyhawk was never meant to win this war. It had no stealth, no smart weapons, no protection. What it had were pilots, young men who flew into missile fire, knowing they might never. In the cold waters of the South Atlantic, steel ships sank, but courage rose. Final title card. When A-4 Skyhawks sank the British, a story of bravery, sacrifice, and lessons fire. When A-4 Skyhawks sank the British, Part 2, After the Fire. Chapter 20, The Men Inside the Machines. Low, reflective music. Narrative. History often talks about ships and aircraft, but wars are not fought by machines. They are fought by people. Most Argentine Skyhawk pilots were in their early 20s. Some had barely finished training. They were not elite aces. They were not veterans. They were ordinary men, asked to do extraordinary things. Chapter 21. One-way flights. Many Skyhawk missions pushed the aircraft beyond their limits. Pilots flew at full throttle, at sea level, burning fuel faster than planned. After the attack, some pilots realized the truth mid-air. They did not have enough fuel to return. Some tried to land on roads. Some ditched into the freezing ocean. Some simply disappeared. There were no rescue helicopters waiting. The sea took them. Chapter 22. The British Side of Fear. British sailors later admitted something rare. They were afraid. Not of the war, not of defeat, but of the suddenness. Skyhawks appeared without warning. No long buildup, no time to react, just seconds between life and death. For the first time in decades, the Royal Navy felt vulnerable. Chapter 23. A Navy designed for the long war. The Falklands exposed a critical flaw. British ships were built to fight Soviet submarines, missile bombers, nuclear war scenarios. They were not designed for low-altitude, unguided bomb attacks. Armor was thin, defenses were limited. The Skyhawks exploited this perfectly, not by advanced technology, but by tactics. Chapter 24. Luck versus preparation. British commanders later admitted they survived partly due to luck. Bomb fuses failed. Weather disrupted attacks. Missiles missed by meters. Had events shifted slightly, the outcome at sea would have been very different. History balanced on chance. Chapter 25. The Silent Lessons. After the war, governments said little, but behind closed doors, navies listened. New doctrines emerged. Layered air defense, better early warning systems, improved damage control, faster reaction times. The Falklands War became a warning. Modern ships were not invincible. Chapter 26. The Skyhawks Final Assembly. The A-4 Skyhawk continued to serve for years. In some countries, it still flies today. Not because it is advanced, but because it is simple, reliable, deadly in the right hands. Its reputation was sealed in 1982. Chapter 27. No victory without loss. Argentina lost the war. Its military government collapsed. Families never saw their sons return. Britain won, but it buried sailors, pilots, and soldiers thousands of miles from home. There were no true winners, only survivors. Chapter 28. What history remembers. History remembers empires. It should remember moments. Moments when expectations failed, when underdogs struck back, when courage outweighed technology. The Falklands War gave the world one such moment. The A-4 Skyhawk became the sea. Final war, written in the ocean. Emotional music. ocean waves. Somewhere beneath the South Atlantic, ships rest in silence, steel slowly dissolving into salt and tide. Above them, the ocean looks calm, as if nothing ever happened. But history remembers. Final monologue, the last truth. The A-4 Skyhawk did not win the war, but it changed it. It reminded the world of a dangerous truth. Technology does not fight alone. Ships do not defend themselves. Wars are decided by people, and people are unpredictable. In 1982, old jets flew low, young pilots flew bravely, and a mighty navy learned humility. That is why we still tell this story.